Okay, that's it. Okay, that's it right now. I need you. Okay. All right. I'm gonna go ahead because I don't want. I'm trying to keep this under maybe 12 minutes, even if it's that. So let me just get on over to Isaiah chapter 6. Like I was told to do. Isaiah chapter 6, verse 1 and 9. In the year that King Uzziah died, I saw also the Lord sitting upon the throne, high and lifted up, and his train filled the temple. Above it stood the seraphims. Each one had 6 wings. With twine he covered his face, and with twine he covered his feet. And with twine he did fly, and one cried unto another, Holy, holy, holy is the Lord of hosts, and the whole earth is full of his glory. And the post of the door moved at the voice of him that cried, and the house was filled with smoke. Then said I, Woe is me, for I am undone, because I am a man of unclean lips, and I dwell in the midst of a people of unclean lips. For my eyes have seen the King, the Lord of hosts. Then flew one of the sheriffs unto me, having a live coal in his hand, which he had taken with the tongues from off the altar. And he laid it upon my mouth and said, Lo, this has touched thy lips, and iniquities is taken away, and the sins purged. Okay, and about Sunday. Okay. And he laid it upon my mouth and said, Lo, this has touched thy lips, and iniquities is taken away, and the sins purged. Forgive me. Also I heard the voice of the Lord saying, Whom shall I send, and whom will go for us? Then said I, Here am I. And I'm going to stop. Here am I, send me. I'm going to stop at verse 8, even though I put verse 9 on there. And then we're going to go to Ezekiel chapter 3, verse 1 to 5. Read that right quick. Moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, eat that finest, eat this roll, and go and speak unto the house of Israel. So I opened my mouth, and he caused me to eat that roll. Excuse me, I got a TV on. So again, moreover, he said unto me, Ezekiel chapter 3, verse 1 to 5. Moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, eat it that finest, eat this roll, and go and speak unto the house of Israel. So I opened my mouth, and he caused me to eat that roll. And he said unto me, Son of man, cause thy belly to eat, and fill thy bowls with this roll that I give thee. Then did I eat it, and it was in my mouth as honey for sweetness. And he said unto me, Son of man, get thee unto the house of Israel, and speak with my words unto them, for thou art not sent to a people of a strange speech and of a hard language, but to the house of Israel. Okay, so we're going to get right off into this. I posted a video that I had did back in 2020, January the 7th. Or January the 7th, 2020 would be the better way to say that. And in this video, I was speaking about the 444 and the 333 and Ezekiel chapter, or I believe at that particular time it was Ezekiel chapter 369 and Ezekiel, I believe, 34 and 33 and 34, I believe it was. But anyway, in this, with the way that the Lord had me reading, what he had me to read, the number 444 showed up in there. And all the things that he had me doing, the number 333 showed up in there. And it was warnings in there. And at the time that I gave this warning about that there was an airplane crash, and I had been doing stuff on airplane crash and showing how the numbers and the days that it happened on this, that, and the other was showing other stuff and giving other warnings. And I was also giving them a warning about some real bad things was going to come because of all this has happened. And if you watch that video, right after that video, that's when the COVID and all the other stuff started hitting. They took down a lot of other videos that I did that were also backed up other stuff that I was saying too about me seeing the spirit with the black hat and the black face taking and digging a bunch of holes, trucks that I was seeing that was loaded with bodies. All that stuff happened afterwards, but it happened. So anyway, I wanted to get off into this because I was watching the video last night that Joseph Z did. And I spoke about this earlier. I also took and posted on here, or wrote down and gave y'all, spoke to y'all about earlier in the video I did earlier about the name of the video when he took and posted it and whatnot, which was the 27th, and it had to do with the Baltimore bridge. I got it wrote down in here somewhere. Let me go. Okay, I got it right here. He did the video, had to do with the Baltimore bridge collapse and the prophetic warning that he had to give. Joseph Z. He posted this on 3/27/24, and he was speaking in there about how God had him giving warnings about ships and stuff like that over a period of years. And in the video, he shows where he took, I got the dates wrote down, where he shows where he gave a warning on 3/13, which was this month, 24. He showed where he took and he had gave a warning on 10/4/2021, the year 2021, the 10th month, the 4th day. Then he showed where God had first started speaking to him about this in 2020, on December 31st, 2020. And in this year, I was given warning about 2020, like I said, January the 7th, 2020, I was given a warning about the 444, about the airplanes and a lot of bad stuff to come. Now, how all this takes and ties in is that God had him taking and giving a warning about this with the ships and stuff. He had him giving this warning over a 4-year period. And how we take and we get our confirmation to this, if we look at the dates, the middle, we go to the middle. The first warning God had him to take and give about ships and certain stuff. And he said something else too about it was supposed to be where it was going to be, where it was going to cause a lot of damage or something like that, and how he had been praying against. I forgot the word. Go and watch the video. And he was showing how he was speaking out against that and praying against that. But anyway, it goes all the way back to December 31st, 2020. Now we take and we look at all the middle dates. All the middle dates. Remember, he gave this one over a 4-year period, okay? If we look at all the middle dates, December the 31st, 2020, 3 and 1 breaks down to 4. So you got 4 in the middle the first time. If you go to the second time he gave a warning about this, it was on 10/4/2021. The middle number is 4. If you go to when he took and gave a warning about that this year, he gave it on 3/13/24. The middle number is 13. 1 and 3 is 4. Now, if you go to the video that I did in January the 7th, 2020, which is the same year he started giving the warning that he started giving about the ships and how this came about 4 years later. Y'all need to get this. One of the numbers that taken and shows up in there before each time the 4 is taken and created is the number 13. If you take and you turn 13 around, you also get the number 31. And from both of them numbers, you can get 4. So the same numbers that I was taking and using to get to 4 shows up in this that he said. The 31, which is 13, and the 13, which is 13, which makes 4. Okay? Now, he took and gave this on 3 separate occasions. Each time, the final number was 4. The final number was 4. And this happened over a 4-year period. Go in and watch the video and how does that happen. So in the middle, it's real important because the message that God has always given me have always been where the middle was the most important part. In the middle, you get the number 444. Now, pay attention to the video that I did on January the 7th, 2020. Watch the whole video. Just don't watch where you go into the 33 minutes of it and it's speaking about the 444, because you go into 33 minutes. I'm in there talking about how the 67 breaks down to 13, 13 breaks down to 4, and how this shows 3 times. But watch the whole video on how I was taking and giving warnings about certain stuff, and how right after that, all that stuff started happening in 2020. And it was videos that I posted before then, going all the way back in 2019, giving the same warnings. But the most important part to this right now is that in that video, I was talking about the 441. Now here it is. All this year, the beginning of this year, I've been trying to explain the 444 to y'all in different places. Daniel chapter 9, in Genesis chapter 42, verse 7, Ezekiel chapter 9, verse 4, 1 Samuel chapter 3, almost the whole chapter in different places. I'm showing y'all this for. Then I took and did the thing with 1 Samuel chapter 4. And just on and on with this 4 when I'm showing y'all the 4 and the 444. There's no coincidence that this man took and did them 3 videos, okay? No coincidence when he took and did that over a 4-year period, and you get 444 in the middle. It's something that my Moorish brothers say, signs and symbols for the conscious mind. That's true 1,000,000,000%. I'm not going to make this long, okay? It's some things that's getting ready to come our way that we need to be praying for. And I'm finna say some things right now that y'all might not catch, but take and pray to the Lord about it, okay? Take and pray to the Lord about it. There's no coincidence that man took and spoke on this 4-year period and was dead on these days. Go and watch this video. And that's 444 in the middle, y'all. Now we take and we pay attention to this whole thing. He in the video, pay attention to, please. Some of y'all gonna say, oh, he just taking this all out of context. Just listen. Because sometimes God speaks to us in ways that might not seem like it is right or is making sense. God will take the things of the foolish or the things of the world to speak to us, and to make it where the wisdom of the world, the things of the world, and the way the things are done look like foolishness. In there, in the video, he showed where the lights went out twice in that ship. Now, in the video that I did the other day when I was talking about that, remember I was told after all this time I had been reading 1 Samuel chapter 3, and then that 3rd verse spoke to me in a whole nother way, where I was sitting up there thinking about the glory of the Lord and how they was talking about they needed a lamp in there to be a light for where the ark was, when the ark itself was supposed to be glory. And if we go to Ezekiel chapter 9, verse 3, it speaks about the glory of the Lord lifting up. Let's go and read it so y'all won't just say he talking out of the side of his mouth. Look what verse 3 in chapter 9 of Ezekiel say. I read it the other day. And we need to look at this. And anybody that have seen God's glory, they know, or anybody know about the story of Moses, they know that they say Moses shone because he had God's glory upon him. And I wish I could remember that Bible verse. I know it's in Exodus, after Moses had been up there in the mountain with the Lord. When he come back down, he had a shine over him. He glowed. Now watch what Ezekiel chapter chapter 9, verse 3 said, it said, and the glory of the God of Israel was gone up from the cherubs. So we know that God's glory, it glows. How do we know that? Because when Moses took and went up into the mountains and he came back down, Moses had a glow over him. I believe it's in chapter 25, but like I said, don't want to make this long. It's in there. I know it's in there. Okay, I have seen this glowing glory up on men and women of God. I've seen this type of shine that's like light in churches. I never forget years ago, Solomon Kinlock was preaching in Zion Hope Baptist Church, and I mean, he preached and you can see this light that you knew wasn't a normal light all over the altar, all over where he was. Okay? I come to understand later as I began to see it more on men and stuff like that, that it was God's glory. And it shines like a light. Not a regular light, because the way that it shines, you know it's not normal. Okay, so what I'm trying to say to y'all, the light went out, and I tried to express how a lot of us, the glory of God, because God give us light. He give us light, and Jesus talking about in 1 John, if you go and read what Jesus come back is for the light of man. And the life. Let me read it, because I don't want to twist this, and forgive me, because this is the kind of stuff I should know without having to go to the scripture. But I'm gonna go to it. John chapter 1, verse 4. I'm just gonna read verse 4. I'm not gonna read all of them. I rebuke you, Ivan. You're a lie. That's why I'm struggling like that. See, that's the spirit that's in the church. And a lot of these men and women of God is leading the church. When God told me that 2/3 of the country walked in that spirit, I didn't grasp it at first. But that's why the country is where it's at right now. The spirit makes me fumble when I lose thoughts and everything. And the spirit is in the church in a powerful way. And Jezebel and that spirit of Ra, they like that. I'm not telling you something somebody telling me. I'm telling you what I know. Okay, now John chapter 1 verse 4, it says, look what it say. In him was life, and the life was the light of men. There's a light that's in us when God's glory is shining in us. And this is what Jesus come to nurture and come for. Okay, now the light in this vessel, it went off twice, and y'all gonna say I'm getting a little off track here, but this comes from just reading this over and over and over and over again that it began to speak to me. Now the vessel, the light went out twice. Now if you pay attention, you watch this in this video, the first time when the light went off, you can see the vessel turning a little bit. Second time when the light went off, the vessel turned even more until it hit the thing. Okay? Now, remember, I've been warning that we got less than 2 years before stuff started to really get real bad. Now, I was, now here it is, he's taking it, but I was giving this warning even before this happened. I've been saying we got somewhere between 18 and 21 months before it really started taking place. And I could really say 2 years, because it's going to happen, start happening next year in a real big way in the year of 5786, which is in September of 2025. Okay? Which is almost 2 years away, okay? But I'm saying this to say this. Help me out here, Lord, please. If we go to Genesis chapter 45, verse 6, if we pay attention to what's being said here, I'm explaining it this way because it started talking to me even before this even happened. And y'all that have discernment, I know that I'm telling the truth, know that I'm just not coming to you right now with this. I have been looking at that and saying, okay, Lord, I hear you. I hear this speaking. I hear you. Now watch what it say in Genesis chapter 45, verse 6. Chapter 45, Genesis chapter 45, verse 6. Look what it say. For these 2 years has famine been in the land. Okay, for these 2 years have famine been in the land. And yet there are 5 in which there shall neither be earning nor harvest. You have the number 2 there. The light went out 2 times. And then he speaks about 5. 2 and 5. 2 and 5. 2, 5, 25. 2 first, saying these 2 years has already been happening. We got almost 2 years to prepare before this get all the way out of hand. Okay? And it's giving us the year where stuff is going to get real bad, start getting real bad. And it's going to be a continuous downhill thing. But if we pay attention to the story, and I've been trying to come and give it to you, and I know I need to cut off because I haven't been told that I can go back into it and give it, so I'm going to stop right there. But it's speaking. That verse is speaking. Them lights going off 2 times like that and then turning into that pillar. Okay, it turned at the second time. It turned hard. Then what happened? It hit it and everything fell down. Now they saying that it's going to take. Please, they saying that it's going to take at least 5 years to take and rebuild that. I didn't say that. They said that. I'm gonna go on and get off here. Watch that video on Joseph C. Watch it. It's 3 4s in the middle. And it took 4 years for this to manifest. I started hollering about the 444 and the things that was coming way back then. It was revealed to me even before then. Okay? Stuff that's getting ready to come our way that we need to be ready for. Okay? The bridge is a warning. Don't think that it was no coincidence, y'all. I know a lot of people, talking about experiences did it. Don't think that that was a coincidence, okay? Don't think. Look at the stuff that is affected. So if stuff started to happen like that over and over and over again, then what? It's just like this video. This video can't really get out to a whole bunch of people unless a lot of people are taking share because of the thing that they got set up for to do that. Just like it takes certain things to happen for this video to get out to a whole bunch of people. If the how can I say it? If the reverse is happening, where a lot of people ain't taking to do it, then this video don't get out. So if the reverse is happening with things, then what's gonna happen? Everything sooner or later gonna get worse. I might not did a good job with that, but that 2 and that 5 spoke to me way before this happened. That 2 and that 5 spoke to me way before I started finding the year 2025 like I did in this. And the stuff that's been revealed to me in this, and I can show you other stuff too, how he been letting me know that he's trying to bless us. And then some of the things that he revealed to me about us that's right here in this land that's going to be in trouble from in this is spooky, y'all. Pay attention to this last part in here where it said last part in which there shall neither be earning nor harvest. No harvest. No harvest. I'm gone. Watch the video with Josie. Them men to be on this long. If I did anything wrong, Lord, please forgive me. We got to get it right. We got to open up our heart to Him. We got to seek Him. We got to come together, stop fighting one another. And people that's in the church, that's letting these witches and these warlocks operate, we either got to start correcting or we got to go someplace where the man and woman of God is truly honoring the word of God, standing on the word of God, and not going to tolerate that. People shouldn't be going to church, coming out of it the same way that they went in. They shouldn't. Salvation means deliverance. And I didn't learn that until 2015 after being saved for 7 years. I didn't understand till I heard Bishop P.A. Brooks speak on it. Now, honey, almost could forget me. Please help me with my arm, Lord. How can we be walking in God's salvation and be in bondage, y'all? I'm gone. Love y'all. Have a blessed day.